天智。
俺は志保ちゃんに恋愛感情なんて持ったことはない。
はあ？
俺が今回、お前初めてか。
はあ、何が？
Last time on Tomodachi game, it was revealed that there was a traitor amidst our group of characters. Yuichi, a clever strategist, was determined to expose the traitor within their midst. To test Yutari's loyalty, he devised a plan during the 5th period of their game. In a flashback, it is shown that he handed her a card, instructing her to maintain her guise of fighting Shio and to submit a secret about her during the next period. Yuichi knew that this was a risky move, but he was confident in his plan. Soon, we learned that Yutari submitted a juicy secret. Shio wears men's boxers. However, Yuichi noticed that there was another box exposed, which confirmed that there was a traitor among them. Thankfully, Yutari was cleared of any suspicion. The bad mouth this time was about Tenji, who apparently lied about his age. It was clear that only he or Makoto could have written it. Tenji was perplexed as to how Shio kept getting information about him, but then it dawned on him. It was when he had slapped her. Tsukino chimed in, explaining that this was Yuichi's second trap. Although it might not have seemed significant, Yuichi had carefully orchestrated the order of people going into voting, ensuring that the traitor would not be able to volunteer without being caught. With this special chance in hand, Yuichi was confident that the traitor would not risk revealing themselves. Thus, when Makoto volunteered, he was cleared of suspicion. That left only Tenji as the traitor. Tenji soon realizes that Yuichi had a more cunning plan in mind when he suggested that they write bad mouths about themselves. Yuichi confesses that he knew the plan had flaws, but he was shocked when Tenji didn't back out after he mentioned that their debt wouldn't increase. It was then that Yuichi realized that Tenji's motives were more than just financial. Despite their differences, the game must go on. The group still needed to finish the game, and exposing Tenji could have led to disastrous consequences. As a way to diffuse the tension, Yuichi instructs Tenji to go first, and then asks everyone else to put blank cards. Tenji thinks it's pointless since anyone could write more than one bad mouth, but Tsukino chimes in, revealing that it's just another one of Yuichi's traps. As the game progresses, Yuichi throws another curveball, and asks them to provide proof of their friendship. Tenji and the others realize that they are missing their nameplates, which confirms that they aren't the traitors. They easily give their nameplates, and Maria is impressed that Yuichi figured out that giving a nameplate wouldn't double the debt. Tsukino suspects that he tested it out himself, as he was missing his name tag before the 4th period. Yuichi's shrewd tactics may seem cutthroat, but in reality, he just wants to ensure that everyone trusts each other. By forcing them to give up their nameplates, he is signaling that he won't isolate anyone from the group. In the end, the group agrees to Yuichi's terms, and the game continues. Tenji wonders why he was left until last. Was it a mistake that he'd made that made him the most suspicious? He searches for an answer as Yuichi explains that he knows them all well and that Tenji's behavior during the game was unusual. Yuichi knows that Tenji is smart and calm, always stepping in to break an argument. However, at the start of the game, Tenji picked a fight with Makoto, blaming him for bad-mouthing the group. But Makoto couldn't have revealed any secrets, as they had never told him anything. The others confirm that they don't tell Makoto secrets, as he has a big mouth and is somewhat of an idiot. Yuichi even suspects that Makoto wrote a bad mouth about himself, confessing to taking bats with his mother to protect Shio. When Yutari's secret was revealed, Makoto was trying to cheer her up, but because he's an idiot, it came out sounding different. Yuichi didn't believe that Makoto could keep up the charade, and only revealed everything to him in the last period while Tenji was in the room. As Tenji thinks about everything Yuichi has said, he realizes how suspicious it all seems. He had tried to blame Makoto, who clearly couldn't have done all that. Manabu interrupts the tense silence by stating that the game isn't over yet, and even though they found the traitor, Shio is still about to lose. However, before he can continue, Yuichi approaches Manabu and whispers something into his ear, leaving Tsukino and Maria shocked and curious. They quickly confirm the truth of what Yuichi has said to Manabu, who then declares the game is over, and that Yuichi has reached the goal alone. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. Who is the best anime swordsman? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Manabu reveals that Yuichi wrote a false bad mouth in the 7th period and had just confirmed it. As such, he gets a penalty and goes one space ahead of Shio, effectively clearing the game. Yuichi then explains that they are probably wondering why Tenji did what he did, but they should speak with him while Yuichi plays the 3rd game alone, and decide if they should forgive him or not. Surprisingly, Yuichi confesses that he had done horrible things in the past, which he kept a secret, fearing that if they learned about them, they couldn't stay friends. He even wrote a bad mouth that Makoto killed someone, which turned out to be a lie because it was actually Yuichi who had killed someone. Tsukino is stunned to discover that Yuichi had sent 3 people to their deaths, and Manabu remarks that the 3rd game is rough and almost impossible to clear alone. However, Yuichi seems determined to prove him wrong and even asks who will regret it more if he fails. Despite his friend's shock and disapproval, Yuichi feels relieved that he no longer has to hide his true self and can finally destroy Manabu and the management during the 3rd game. However, as the tension rises, Makoto starts to turn against Yuichi, but Tenji comes to his defense, saying that sometimes people have to do things they can't talk about. As the group argues, Yuichi decides that if he has to deal with this noise, it's better to not have friends at all. Manabu tries to encourage his friends to say some supportive words to Yuichi before he embarks on his hellish journey, but no one speaks up. This makes Manabu comment that no one wants to be friends with a murderer. Just as Yuichi prepares to jump alone, Tenji stops him and makes a shocking confession that he also said a lie, the bad mouth of him dating Shio. Tenji admits that he wanted to destroy the friendship so he could keep Yuichi to himself as he likes him. Maria thinks he's making it up, but Tenji is prepared to prove it. He leans in and kisses Yuichi before they both jump down together. Tsukino believes that Tenji must still have an objective, as this is his 2nd Tomodachi game. What a shocking revelation. How will our duo escape from the pit? Find out on our next recap of Tomodachi game.